Hi ladies, it's Belinda. It has been a long time since I've done a video, I know. And first I want to thank everyone that sent me a note or an email basically saying, where are you? What are you working on? We haven't heard from you, and is everything okay? I've just been super busy. The holidays definitely kept me out of my craft room more than I would have liked, and a new job that's definitely taking a lot of extra energy. So some of that's settling down now, but I did want to show you some of the projects I had been working on over the last couple of months. This one is for a swap that I did on the Scrap Beach. It was a 4x4 page swap, so what happens is you make 6 identical pages, you keep one and you send 5 into the hostess and she splits them up among everybody in your group. So you get back 5 different pages to add to yours, and this one was mine. The theme was Time Flies, and we did this in January on Life on the Scrap Beach. If you haven't checked out that website yet, I would encourage you to do so. It's a great community. It's a great place to share ideas, to make wonderful friends, and to get involved in some swaps and some projects. You can swap a mini album, or you can swap a page, or you can swap a tag, and I'll show you a tag in a moment. Anyway, on this page, the theme was Time Flies again, and the color theme was browns, cream, white, and kind of a yellow color. So this is my page, and it has a rosette flower here with a bow on it, and then there behind there is a punched flower. I think you can see it back there. This metal piece here is an ornament hanger that I picked up at Target. I saw somebody did a video with these, and they're just fun. So if you have a chance, maybe over the next Christmas holiday, you'll find some of these at Target, and they have them in a lot of different finishes. This one is rust, and it works really good to hold tickets or photos or tags, whatever. This stamp I made says Time Flies, which was the theme of the swap, and then just my information here. The pocket was made from Tim Holtz paper, and then one of my foil tags, and a journaling spot on the back with, let's see if I can get that up there. Maybe the camera's not going to cooperate. Nope. Anyway, I used my Atspika glitter pens to color in the image. It kind of came out pretty and sparkly. And then the other side, there's a banner here. And then I used a piece of acetate. I ran it through the embosser, and then I kind of hit it in some places with platinum StazOn to give it a look of mica. And I cut this little key out with one of my Sizzlet dies, some wings on here, and this clock face was cut from Tim Holtz paper. And then that serves as a pocket for these 2 tags. There's just a journaling spot here with a stamped image. See if we can see that. And then a tag and another image from the Tim Holtz paper. So that's my page for the Time Flies page swap. It was a fun swap, and everybody did a beautiful job. One of the other projects that I've recently completed was a tag for Jan Nyer's vintage bird tag swap on the Scrap Beach, and the only requirements for this swap were you did a regular shipping size tag or shipping tag, and then the theme had to include vintage style and a bird. So this is what I did. This tag is created on, let's see, this was a piece, it was an old file folder, and I just used my Tim Holtz tag die and cut that out, and then I used this napkin, and the color of the tag sort of shows through the napkin. So what you do is you peel this is 3 layers, and you have to peel it apart, and then you get a thin tissue layer on the top. I used Claudine Helmuth gel medium to adhere the napkin, and then I dry brushed a little bit of Tattered Angels Gold Glaze over the top. Let's see if my camera will cooperate at all. Not really. Anyway, there's a little bit of dry brushed gold medium in here. Might be able to see parts of it. There's a piece of ribbon that I got at Michael's, just a little gold mesh ribbon. I cut a random piece of that to put behind here. A little flower that I made out of some ribbon and a bling, and then this leaf and these little berries came from a spray that I'd had in my stash for a long time. Then there's a soar ticket and one of the embellishments from the Brenda Walton Flora and Fauna paper line that's new this spring. And then I've just crumpled up some wired edged ribbon, made it kind of scrunchy. Same thing here at the top. And then this fringe here is a vintage fringe. I have about 20 yards of it. I've scored this stuff at a vintage sale for 50 cents for the whole thing, and I'm loving it. And I used some alcohol ink in eggplant to tint the gold fringe so that it's got a kind of more of an antique bronze look. And then on the back, what I did was I just used some grayish lavender paint, and I just kind of highlighted and hit some of the tags. So you see some of the paper underneath showing through, and then just some paint. And then I added a wash of that gold glaze over the top, and then I used a Tattered Angel stamp to do the heart shape, and a couple of Prima hydrangeas sprayed with glimmer spray, and then there's just 2 tags here to go right in behind the little bird. And that's another, this is a border strip from the Brenda Walton Floral and Fauna new paper line, new this spring. So I really have enjoyed this swap. I'm anxious to see the tags that everybody else turns in. So another good reason to join the Scrap Beach, you get to do some simpler swaps, or you can do more elaborate, you know, full album swaps if you like that kind of project. And I want to give you a sneak peek of what will be included in my next video. Over the holidays, I didn't have time to get in my craft room and do much as far as creating holiday minis. There was just too much going on here. And my friend Jan in Idaho and I decided we wanted to do a Christmas album swap with each other, but we wanted to wait until after the holidays to do it so that we really had time to focus on it. And I'm not going to show you the whole mini right now, but I am going to give you a sneak peek. There will be a video that I'll post by Sunday this week that will show the whole mini. So just to give you a sneak peek on this, I'm just going to show you this one page. See if I can get that over here. So on this page we have a little tag, and it's a red velvet mitten with a little bit of lace trim. There's a journaling spot and a place to hide a picture, and another tag with a journaling spot on the back. And then there's a pocket. You could tuck additional things here. A little flower that I made out of ribbon. And then this is a slider pocket. See if I can get that whole thing in the frame. Probably not. So that's just a sneak peek at my next video. It will be the show you the entire album. And this will be shipped off soon to my friend Jan. I keep teasing her that she's going to get it in time for Easter. But she might get it a little earlier than that. We'll see. So stay tuned for more videos. Ladies, thank you very much for all of your comments and for your very kind emails. Noting my absence over the past couple of months. Wow, it really touches me that people take the time to do that. I really am impressed and so thankful for your very kind words. Thank you so much. Have a happy weekend, and I hope everybody's doing some fun crafty goodness, and maybe I'll see you on the Scrap Beach. Thanks, bye.